Hi, my name is Chris and I'm a Flex developer. In this video I want to show you how to create a Google Wave gadget using Flex. So I'm using a Flash Builder beta as my IDE and we're gonna compile it with Flex 4. So we're just gonna create a project, file, new, project, and let's name it as Flex Wave Gadget and then click finish. So actually the gadget we're gonna create is of the same with the ActionScript sample, the gadget with a counter button. It's gonna increment the number, and there's also a reset button. It's gonna reset the number back to 0. Okay, so here it is. So in Flex 4, the default component loaded is the Spark, so that's why it's in the S tag. So as you can see here, there's even like Apex declarations where you can place non-visual elements, services by objects here. So we're just gonna leave that there. We're not gonna use that. So anyways, let's have a constraint width. So let's just change it to width and then a height. So probably make it a little bit smaller. 450 would be okay. 450 also. So here you got actually two views. You get a source view and a design view. So in source view you're able to see your codes, and of course in design view you're able to see the layout. So for example here, that is the layout. Okay, let's go back to the source. I want to let you see something. Okay, let's say I want to put a component, okay, S, and then type S, so that is actually we're calling the Spark component available for our Flex. So colon, and then these are the listed suggested components that you can use or you can put. So I just want to use a button. So suggested button. Oh, sorry. Control space B for the code hinting. That is really useful. You can use that. And then button, yep. Enter. And then let's create an ID so that it's gonna have a unique name. Maybe in some functions that we might be able to call this component to add some functionality or call some properties to change or whatever. Okay, I'll call it as counter button. And then let's go one of its properties, the label. Okay, so that will be the label for your button. So I'm just gonna put counter button. That will be the label, and I can just simply close the button, this button component with slash, and then that one. Okay, let's proceed. So as you can see here, like let's say we want to add a reset button, we can just directly go to the design view also. Let's try putting a button component using a design view. Okay, so as you can see here, we're able to see the counter button that we're able to type in the source view. So you can also just drag it, click on it and drag it so that you'll be able to place it where you want. So there's even like an alignment. There's even a line that you can see that you're able to find if it's in the center or not. Okay, just put it there. And these are actually the components or the controls that you can see they're able to use and just put it on the stage. So for example, I just want to use button. So these are the controls you're able to use or components. So let's say I just want to use button. So I'm just gonna click on it and just drag it here. As you can see, there's that line again. So they're of the same y-axis. So here, this is the button that I just dragged from here, and we can put ID on it here, on the right side. You can see here. So it's like one of the properties. There's even appearance. Okay, for ID, let's just type, let's say, reset button, and then there's a label. I'm just gonna put reset button. Okay, there. So as you can see, got change there. See, you can see the properties also. Okay, And you can even use type in the click function if you're able to click the same function. So, but I'm more comfortable doing it in the source mode. Okay, so here I think we're missing some sort of a label or probably a text that's able to see that the number is 0, and then you're gonna increment, be able to click one of this the counter button. Okay, let's put it's still gonna follow the spark component, and there's actually a lot of components you're able to use, like from the flex tree, the MX, as you can see here. There's even MX and S for the spark and FX. So okay, let's proceed. Let me put a label, and let me have its ID as, gonna put an ID result, make it as result. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a text property on it, and just gonna put it in the default, say 0, and then I can just close it because I'm not really sure where am I able to place it, so I'm just gonna go back to the design view, and then yeah, that's it. Okay, there. And I think it's pretty small for me. I wish I could. I want to make it bigger, so I can just go back to the source mode. Maybe I'll just type font size 16, and I'm gonna make it the font weight into bold. Yeah, that's it. So we go back to design view. Yeah, it got changed. So actually, you can even change it here in the appearance. So there. Oh, I'm sorry about that. So those are actually the properties you're able to just click on the component. These are the properties listed here that you can just directly change it and do what you want to change there. Okay, let's go back to the source code again, so I'm more comfortable here. So that's it. So the next step, what we're gonna do is to create a function. Of course, like in every click that we're gonna do on the button, counter button, it's gonna increment the result by 1. And of course the reset button to reset the value of the result back to 0. Okay, so